It's the beginning of round 3, 1942. The war has been waging now for several years. The Americans are building up their fleet on the East Coast, as well as joining the French Foreign Legion in Morocco, providing a threat, counter threat to the Italians, who very early on pushed into the Middle East. As we can see, there's still some Afrika Korps and Italian forces in North Africa. The Italians and Germans have taken the strongholds of Malta and Cyprus, from which the Allies were harassing shipping going to the Afrika Korps. Egypt is holding strong with multinational forces, Australians, British, French, and the Italians have adopted a defensive position on account of the industrial complex in Egypt and threats from the British, French, and Americans. Europe is preparing. The Germans are preparing the Atlantic Wall there for any possible landings by a rebuilt RAF and Royal Navy, as well as American 8th Air Force. The Germans have been sinking British shipping and US shipping going to Russia in the North Sea there. And on the Eastern Front, in the first turn, Russia pushed Germany all the way back to Poland. Germany was knocking on the gates of Moscow there in Operation Barbarossa, and they were pushed back nearly to their own borders. But they have since reorganized and are attempting to make a push into Russia with armored columns and mechanized infantry. In China, the Chinese are doing what they do, which is sitting there. And in the Pacific, we have the Japanese holding on to much of the Burma Road, cutting shipping to China, and threatening the jewel in the crown of the British Empire there, India. Early in the war, the British fleet from Ceylon moved into Borneo, Malaya, and tried to shore up their defenses in Celebes. The British attacked Borneo with the Ark Royal, a cruiser fleet, and troop ships with Royal Marines and their Gurkha counterparts, and they caused devastating losses to the Japanese in Borneo, destroying their entrenched positions, and then also when the Japanese counterattacked, they suffered many casualties, infantry divisions, fighter squadrons, and so forth. However, the British fleet has been sunk, and their brave sailors are now at the bottom of the ocean. God save the Queen. On the American side, very large naval contingent coming in to fight the Japanese. And the Australians signed up for the war, but they decided it would probably be better to go to the outback and put some shrimp on the barbie and have some Fostas. So we'll see what happens there. So it's the beginning of round 3.